Hello, everyone. Welcome back to our daily clues by Sam. It is Wednesday and we have a tricky puzzle, so we are ramping up difficulties really fast this week. I hope you guys are having a nice week and you're doing good. If you're new here, don't know what Clues by Sam is, it is a daily puzzle that grows in difficulty along the week. And in it, there are 20 people who are either criminals or innocents, and you gotta figure out what they are using clues that they give us. The criminals don't lie, nobody lies, and it is free to play. You can click the link in the description to play along with me as I explain the logic while I solve and hopefully get a perfect solve today. So let's see how this one goes. Let's start. We see Hazel telling us that Ollie is one of two criminals in column C. Ollie is a criminal. And in column C, we have another four people besides Ollie. So we know that there's one more criminal and three innocents. We keep that in mind and we leave Hazel's School there to remind us of that. Ollie says that one of the two criminals in column B is between Mary and Kita. So in column B, there's one person between Mary and Kita, and that's Nancy, so she has to be a criminal, right? And we also know that there's two criminals in column B, just as there is in column C. So three innocents in that column as well. Now, Nancy says that only one of the three criminals neighboring Luigi is Clyde's neighbor. So Clyde and Luigi share Donald and Katie as neighbors. Only one of them is going to be a criminal. So either Donald or Katie, we tag them with the same color so that we remember that when one yellow becomes a criminal, the other yellow is an innocent. And there's three criminals total neighboring Luigi. So Ollie is one of them. The second one is either Donald or Katie. The third one is going to be either Gunny or Kita. So we tag them as opposites as well. Now, what else do I know? Oh, we don't need Nancy's School anymore because we have tagged Donald and Katie and Gunny and Kita. But we know that the second criminal in column C is going to be either Donald or Katie. So that tells us that both Tina and Zola are innocents because we know there's a total two in column C. Now we don't need Hazel's School anymore, so we click on it as well. Tina doesn't tell us anything, but Zola says there are exactly two innocents above Wally. If we know there has to be three innocents in column B, and two of those innocents are above Wally, who is the last person in that column, and Wally has to be the third innocent, and we don't need Zola's School anymore. Wally now says that only one of the five criminals neighboring Katie is Alice's neighbor. So Alice and Katie share Clyde and Igor as neighbors, and one of them is going to be a criminal, right? So we tag them as opposites, and that's our second criminal for column B. So now we know that Stella is an innocent, and we also know there's five criminals neighboring Katie total. Do we know about how many of them? We know about Nancy and Ollie, two. A third one who's either Igor or Clyde, and a fourth one who's either Gunny or Kita. So the fifth is either going to be Donald or Luigi, and I've run out of tags or tag colors here to make opposites. We gotta solve this quickly. We don't need Ollie's School anymore because it talks about the column B criminals, which we have tagged already. And Wally's School also doesn't help because we tagged all of Katie's neighbors. Stella says that Uma is one of Ollie's 6 innocent neighbors. So Uma is an innocent, and Ollie has 6 innocents total. So 3 of them we already know about. We need to find 3 more. Okay. We keep that in mind. Uma says there are more innocents in column A than column B. Oh, we know how many innocents are in column B. And I did a double click there to highlight the columns, but I know the columns are not highlighted when you do that. We know there's 3 innocents in column B, so there has to be at least 4 in column A, right? But how does that help me? If nobody in that column neighbors anybody else? Hmm? Do I have to solve it with Stella's clue that Ollie has 6 instant neighbors? Because we know that Ollie has only one more criminal neighbor. And we know that Luigi is opposites with Donald, which is opposites with Katie. So if we make Luigi a criminal, that will make Donald an innocent and Katie a criminal. So Ollie would have too many criminals. That makes it so that Luigi and Katie can't be criminals because they do this sort of cascade here to each other. So Luigi has to be an innocent, which makes Donald a criminal and Katie an innocent as well. And we get a lot of new clues. Now, we know that Igor and Kita are opposites because of Ollie. So we can tag them because we have cleared a few of the tag colors. Katie says there's an odd number of instants on the edges. Okay, we keep that in mind. And Luigi says that column D is the only column with 4 instants. So remember I said before that column A has to have at least 4 because it has to have more than column B, which has 3 instants. Well, column A couldn't have 4 because column D is the only one with 4. So we need everybody here in column A to be an instant. Okay, that one I was pretty confident with. And we don't get any new clues from all of the people in column A, but if we look at the odd number of instants on the edges, knowing that there's 4 instants in column D, which is a column that is everybody who is in column D is on the edge, then how many instants do we have? Knowing that there's 14 people on the edges, and so far only one of them is a criminal. But we're going to have a second one in column D that gives us an even number. So we need Clyde to be a third criminal on the edge for us to have an odd number of instants on the edges. Does that make sense to you? We could do the math as well. We could do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 instants on the edge already. But we know that we're going to get 2 more in column D, so that would be 10, 11. What? That math doesn't click. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, and that makes Clyde a criminal because I'm counting innocent. So if I made Clyde an innocent, that would be 12 innocents on the edges. Clyde has to be a criminal. And Clyde was opposites with Igor. So Igor is an innocent now. Igor was opposites with Kita. So Kita is a criminal and she's opposites with Gunny, who is an innocent. And now we know that our last innocent in column D has to be Tulu. So that was the puzzle solved. Okay, I confused myself there with the math. So I guess we learned that it's easier to do the math without counting all of the people and making the scenario as you go, because you might confuse yourself like I did when I was trying to figure out what Clyde needed to be as I was counting. I was thinking about him being the last one in the sum I was making. So I was like, okay, summing all of these people, we get 12 instants on the edges, but Clyde was not a part of the sum. So my first solution was better for me, worked better for me than counting one by one and considering Clyde a part of the sum. So I hope you guys understand that, but let me know if you need any help with the solution. Tell me how it went for you if you did solve it. It has a pretty low solve rate, so I don't know. I'm not really sure. I hope you guys have a nice rest of your week. I'll see you tomorrow for more Clues by Sam. Bye bye.